Hey Dragon Slayers! Today's video is all about a sample 7-day meal plan. So next is just one example of what a week of the PE diet might look like. This sample menu is built around a 16-8 intermittent fast, skipping breakfast and eating lunch and dinner in roughly an 8-hour window. You can have an optional snack in between your main meals, but me personally, I would just skip the snack. If you find that an 8-hour window is too small, you can definitely feel free to start with a 12-hour window and just reduce your time 1 hour at a time until it feels comfortable. This is a sample menu and is intentionally very low in net carbohydrates. If you are not fat adapted, you might need to add a few carbs at the end of your eating window in the form of tubers or fruits. Potatoes, apples, or oatmeal, for example, would be high fiber, low energy density carbohydrate sources, which might be ideal if you find that you need to eat up to 100 grams of carbs in the beginning and at the end of the day to achieve adequate satiety with this meal plan. You can maximize your fat adaptation by keeping these carbohydrates low in quantity as possible and also by lowering their frequency as much as possible. For example, only once per day or near the end of your eating window, and always after eating adequate protein first. So, example for day one would be coffee with a little cream. That's what you would have in the morning when you wake up or whenever you felt like you were getting a little hungry. You would skip breakfast entirely. For lunch, you would have grilled chicken with raw vegetables. And then for dinner, you'd have a T-bone steak with asparagus. So day two would be bone broth would be your drink of choice. Let's say, again, around the morning, whenever you wake up, give it plus or minus several hours after you wake up. Salmon for lunch, you'd have salmon with asparagus, hard boiled eggs, and then for dinner, pot roast. Day three, your drink would be black coffee. For lunch, you would have turkey, bacon, and eggs. For dinner, you would have sardines and olive oil along with lamb chops. Day four, your drink could be Earl Grey tea. Your lunch could be Cobb salad. You can have salami and cheese with that. And then for dinner, grilled / oven roasted chicken wings. Day five, drink of choice would be an Americano. For lunch, a New York strip along with some Greek yogurt. And then for dinner, some roasted turkey and vegetables. Day six, coffee with a little cream, again, is the drink of choice. For lunch, a burger patty, cottage cheese, maybe an avocado and tomato to go with it. And then for dinner, some sugar-free jerky, liver, and onions. And then day seven, water with lemon, drink of choice. Lunch, bacon-wrapped salmon, oysters with lemon. And then for dinner, smoked salmon omelet. So as you can tell through all of those examples, this is just one example. You don't have to eat any of these foods if you don't like them. And that's kind of the point of tailoring the diet to your preferences. You just want to prioritize protein. I think it was Dr. Benjamin Beekman. I heard him say, prioritize protein, control carbohydrates, and I don't remember the last part. Fill with fat. There you go. And the PE ratio or the PE diet follows this protocol, right? So you're always prioritizing protein. Protein is the most important macronutrients. Number two, you're controlling carbohydrates. No matter what kind of diet you eat, you want to eat as low carb as possible, right? And Dr. Naiman brings in carb frequency as well. It's not just about the amount, it's also about the frequency. And then lastly, fill with fat. You want to have just enough fat to where you're not starving all the time. And that was the mistake that I made when I first did the PE diet. I went too extreme on too, ultra lean all the time. That's not good and it's not sustainable. If you find that you are starving on this diet, increase your fat, right? Eat more eggs, eat more avocados, just enough to where you're not starving, but you're still getting adequate amounts of protein. That's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can support me on Patreon in the link in the description below. And remember, together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.